IVM.
Going for parties is just so frustrating these days. I mean, your mom will make it a point to come and tell you how her friend's son has secured a house for her, and your wife will also find out that her sister's husband is taking her on a foreign holiday, while you're wondering why you're the only one who doesn't have a plan for the damn future. That's why I never sleep well during the festive time. Unless... www.hdfclife.com. Select. Done. You know what? I think I'll sleep rather well after all. Live calm. With HDFC Life, click to protect life. The Income Plus option offers life cover and steady income stream, so you're always ready for any expenses that life throws at you. Basically, this plan lets you plan your expenses like you plan your vacations. It's that simple. Visit hdfclife.com to know more and for terms and conditions. कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Yeah, that opening music is growing on me. I'm beginning to bob and weave like a young Floyd Mayweather for some reason throughout the song. I hated it for the first few months. This is how marriage works, especially arranged marriage. You may not get along with the first 3 months, but some people really get along well after 15 years. So I think I'm going to give it a little longer. Let me see how my system reacts to this terrible music, which was terrible, maybe a little better now. Before we introduce our panel of great people, I apologize because, I've become a little ambitious here and I've started adjusting everything myself. I'm not using my 15-year-old daughter. That sounds wrong. I'm not using my 15-year-old daughter to do the tech. I'm doing it all myself. So things are going awry from time to time, so please understand. I've balanced the volume. I've put on everything. I've even got the light in the right direction somewhat and almost on my face. So I'm quite happy with myself. But the rant is different. Before we start the actual show, the rant is about, and I've written his name down so I pronounce it correctly. I think it's Iker IC. So Tata's, it's Tata India or Air India, Tata or Air Tata India, whatever it's actually going to be called. They've gone and announced him. He's a famous Turkish airline boss who turned them around between 2015 to 21 and from loss to profits and did really well. Well, he's going to be the next MD or GM or head honcho or El Supremo of Air India. All right. He's also apparently very close to Erdogan, who was at his wedding and on first name basis. I mean, that's amazing. So lots of influence there. Now, the point about that is that it being a Parsi-owned company, it used to be at least, I thought that they would keep a Parsi at the head. We missed a beat here. According to Indian culture, in our Sanskrit and Parampara, we always have someone from the community headlining the big thing. So I'm a little worried about that. And then I thought maybe they think that there are no Parsis without jobs. So I made a list for the Tatas to look at people who could maybe share the position with Iker IC now, if I pronounce it correctly. John Abraham, Parsi, no job. Sajid Khan, Parsi, no job. Cyrus Brocha, no job, Parsi. Cyrus Saukar, no job, Parsi. Just putting that out there. So in case they're interested, I think you'd be doing your bit for the community as well as to make the world a safer place to fly. Because obviously Iker will do all the work. Having said that,
You're the people pleaser, right?
Oh, yes.
Or then desperately seeking the one? Oh, wait, you're the one who doesn't think they're ever good enough.
Oh.
So much drama. And for what? Is it doing you any good? Listen to me. I'm Chetna, your favorite positive action coach. Yes, I'm the one who has been dropping all those truth bombs on every episode.
Oh, no.
And it's time you learn to say no to drama. That's also what my podcast is called. And a new episode is out every Monday and Wednesday on the IVM Podcast app, website, as well as all major podcasting platforms.
let's meet our new guest. Amit has been replaced. We have a big budget now, and we bring back for the second time in 7 days, and hopefully for many more times this year, young Kajol, Lol
Hi,
Rakshak.
Cyrus. Lol. Yes. Hi.
And last time was a morning adventure. Today is an evening adventure. So hopefully this will suit you better. Because
Yes, I'm awake now.
yeah, I don't want to say it, but you'll work nights, and it sounds a little vulgar, so I don't want to say it that way. And of course, young Manohar, Shreyas Manohar himself, sitting there with his hands between his legs like any 30-year-old in Bandra with waiting for a gig to happen. That's fine now. It's a bit late. Yay, Rohan Joshi and Ranbir Kapoor. That's right.
Hey, nice.
Let's
Like,
go.
that's
I'm
it,
okay
that's
with
it.
that. Thank
Yeah.
you. I think my job is done. I'm done. I got everything I wanted from this. I think, can I leave? Is it fine? No? Okay.
No,
All right.
listen, I think this is a very fair comment now because having put that in our minds, I think everybody's agreed who listens to the podcast that you, Shreyas, do look a lot like Rohan Joshi and a young Rohan Joshi. Not the insults on him. Where before, it was like Garibu ka Rohan Joshi. That's all gone. Now it's you, the young one. And Ranbir Kapoor.
Yeah, I get that a
well,
lot. People keep telling me, oh, you look like Ranbir Kapoor. You look like Ranbir Kapoor. I'm actually a little tired of that.
It's surely not.
Okay.
true.
All right.
I
fair
get the
enough.
Ranbir Kapoor thing, dude. No,
Yeah,
so
no,
I
it's all
often
right.
get it. I
He's
often
tried to
get it.
work his humor into it.
And,
Leave it now. Don't be mean. I
yeah,
liked
I
it. It
know.
was a good spin. Stop feeling bad. You were really
But
happy.
when
You
I'm
know,
Ranbir
Punjabi
Kapoor,
boy,
damn it.
you're very. He
Yeah.
was so happy with the Ranbir Kapoor plug. I went back and told his mom, but
Yeah,
degrees of
exactly.
difference.
Can I say
Everyone
something?
thinks-
Can I
Yes,
say
yes,
something?
yes. At any
Yeah,
time,
nah.
don't have to say that.
All right.
Say I look
Y'all
like Ranbir.
don't.
Thank you. Yes.
You don't look like Ranbir Kapoor. I'm so sorry.
Wrong.
You are talking to Antariksh.
No,
right?
one
You
second,
are
one second, one
wrong.
second.
I'm talking to both of you. Neither of you look
Oh.
like Rohan Joshi or Ranbir Kapoor. I'm just sorry.
No,
Women
he does
say
look like. Arey, Baba, weren't you there? We put the pictures together. What are you
I
saying?
was there, but come on, Cyrus.
Yeah, that's fine. Ranbir Kapoor let himself go, but I still look like a let himself go Ranbir Kapoor. Yeah, that's
See,
fine.
guys, y'all are just the guys are being funny and silly about that, but I mean that's not the point. The point is whether they're fat Ranbir Kapoor or thin Ranbir Kapoor. You look like Ranbir Kapoor. You look like Ranbir Kapoor, right?
Ah, that's what I'm
Kajol is a
saying.
little angry about this, and she says, "No, dude, are you a big Ranbir Kapoor fan? Is that the issue? And you don't want to associate the great Ranbir Kapour with my two
No,
friends?"
no. It's just that Cyrus, I got my lenses changed this week and I can actually see properly. And I'm just venting I'm just giving you the opinion of my eyesight. That's all.
You must now realize how we Indian men look so freaking ugly. I mean, yeah, I mean, like you think everybody looks like DiCaprio or whatever, and now,
Kajol
oh my
looks like Kate
God.
Winslet.
I see that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I see
Uncanny.
that.
correct.
Even I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
You think? You look like Kate
Actually,
Winslet? I
actually,
don't know
no,
my film
no,
stars.
not Kate Winslet. Not Kate Winslet.
I see it.
Uh,
I think same
yeah.
personality, same.
Does she look a little like her namesake? A little
No,
bit?
I don't. I don't look like her
Yeah.
at all.
No, you do.
No, I would love to, but I don't. I get tagged. People tag me on Twitter or DNA and
Oh,
all
that's
tag
cool.
me as for any promotion of Ajay Devgan's. But
Which one is Ajay Devgan more fond of? That we don't know. Well, how would
That
we
we
know?
don't know.
I mean, that's
No.
an answer that only universe can send back.
He's more fond of Rajnikantha. Sorry.
exactly.
But in the meantime, Shreyas, out of some sort of peak, has gone back into hands between the legs mode. Because you guys stole his thunder. It started with him being Rohan Joshi and then
Correct.
becoming, and this was from a comment. So again, we take these comments seriously because there's no prejudice. There's no Lena Dena from the person saying in the comment. He's the young Rohan Joshi, which I think was like now spot on. He was glowing. Then you come in, Kajol, and you spoil everything. You don't look like Ranbir Kapoor. You don't look like Rohan Joshi. You don't look like
See,
shit. I've got my
Cyrus.
lenses changed. You suck. You're the ugliest
Cyrus.
beast ever.
Cyrus,
We can't do.
Cyrus.
God.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'm a woman. I'm not a man. I'm not sucking up to any of y'all. I don't want to date any of you. So this is just the truth.
Me?
What, you
Me?
want to date Ranbir Kapoor?
Is your wife in the house? Cyrus? Is your
No,
wife in the house?
that's my dog barking, but I understand them. Often the two of them are, this happens. They have Ranbir Kapoor and Rohan Joshi to deal with. I have my female dog and my wife. Everywhere I go, I say, "Where's the?" She's here. Shreyas is turning pink. Now go back to between the legs, bro. I mean, I may have to do a little bit of that for the rest of my life.
I actually don't know what to do with my hands. I never thought that would be a problem on a podcast.
Amitabh Bachchan, now that you brought it up, famous, I mean, way before you guys were born, I'm talking about Stardust and all that. Please check with grandparents. There's a lovely article where he explained why he liked to have, if you've seen the 80s, Amitabh, 70s, 80s films, he used to have these wide pockets in the jackets or big pants so he could keep his hands in. But he felt that, as an actor, sometimes the hands just don't have anything to do and you start looking bad, because your
Yeah,
hands just,
correct.
they're all over
Yeah.
the place. And it's a great observation. Especially when
Yeah.
you're on stage or anything else, very often you find the hands you could do without them. They come in the way
For sure.
because it
For
looks like
sure.
overacting or yeah.
Like Amitabh has these cool tricks, right? Like I remember I was watching a Shah Rukh Khan
Lots of
interview.
Lots of jackets.
No.
No,
I was
sorry,
watching a Shah Rukh Khan
just
interview.
no, because
Okay,
some of the
sorry.
films are shot in hot summer. I'm telling you, he's got his jacket on. He's well prepared. It's not
Nice.
Srinagar. Sorry, go on.
No, I was watching this Shah Rukh Khan interview where he was talking about the advice that Amitabh once gave him. And Shah Rukh had asked him, okay, what is the last thing you think of before going on stage? If you're doing like a live show or something, what is the last thing you think of before going on stage? And Amitabh goes, I check my zipper. to make sure it is fine. That is the last thing he does before going on stage. Like, and he advises everyone to do the same, and that makes sense. That makes sense. You should.
Well, when I became popular, Silverie, I'd get other people to check my zipper. And what a feeling it was. Kajol, don't remind me about these things. I don't want to talk about them. I feel people may misconstrue my meaning.
Can I tell you all something?
Look at the pain on... Sorry, go on.
Can I tell you all something about Amitabh? But not really... Okay, somewhat about Amitabh. But promise...
You'll be negative, right?
No. So promise...
Yeah, we are two fanboys and then you'll come and say something bad. And Rohan Joshi is already putting his hands all over the place now. Forget groin, it's in his ass now, both the hands.
Yeah. Kajol, are you about to tell us that one of us looks like Amitabh Bachchan now?
Oh, no.
Did you really?
Amitabh is now 80 years old, you bastard.
That's fine. I'm still a movie star. Either way.
No, that's true. Okay, that's a tag you can live with. Fair enough. Yeah. Sorry, go on, Kajal. Sorry.
Okay, so my friend is a costume designer in Bollywood, and she says whenever she's dressing up Amitabh or any of the big stars, the suit comes perfectly tailored from Raymond's. Like there's not a single thing she needs to do to it. They wear it, and then she's like, I just have to smoothen the shoulders and all down just to show that I'm adjusting it for them. It's not really necessary.
I'm doing.
Sorry.
Like she wants to look busy. Okay, I'm doing something.
It's not look busy. It's not look busy. They need to feel cared for.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, okay, I get it.
That's I just don't put a spin on this. This is just.
No, I was thinking that what he said that their contribution is so little, and I'm thinking I always thought that.
No, they've given the entire design, the suit to be made. They've been the brains behind it. It's just that when it comes back, there's no real reason for them to be in the picture, but they've got to pamper the star.
No, but Kajal, I'll tell you something. Whatever experience I've had in films and ad films, they are very touchy about what they've done. Now with Amitabh, obviously they have to be careful with their body language, but with us, who they disregard, after they've got the suit done and all, they're only worried about the suit, not you. They're always like, hey, don't sit there. Hey, khana nahi, abhi nahi, rumal kahan hai. They're always worried about that, and you feel really small because it's never about you. The suit is the value, or whatever the outfit is. So I must say. But I think the person who has the least work on any set or even in a show is the anchor or the actor. What the hell do? We do nothing. I mean, just look at it this way. The other guys come in from early morning, they set up everything and they go on till late night and they leave after you. You basically come as an anchor, for example. Let's take that because all four of us do that. You come on stage, you do 1-2 hours, whatever you have to do, and you go. This is the least work. There's nobody who's done less work. Honestly, admit to yourself. But don't tell anyone because they'll start paying us less. Okay? Don't tell these bastards. They know nothing. These stupid event companies, they know nothing. Keep quiet. Just let it be. 20 lakhs. I'll do half an hour. Just,
Well, obviously, you've just made us feel bad now, Cyrus. I'm going to join Silverie and Shreyas in the corner now.
If I made 20 lakhs for half an hour, I wouldn't even do this stupid podcast. I need every rupee. Every bloody rupee I need. You have no idea.
That's true for anyone about any work. If you get 20 lakhs for half an hour doing anything, I think why would you do any other work?
Literally, honestly, except for maybe sex, because if you have only one client in 4 years like the Olympics, and that's not going to work. I was just thinking.
Hey, if I get 20 lakhs for half an hour of sex, nothing like it. That's
Silverie,
like the dream
when
job.
I was younger, me and the boys, we used to think, what if we become gigolos? You think we'll like, and then we realized the truth of the matter is,
we've all thought that.
your confidence may go down the, because if nobody comes through, you're waiting on your website every day.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Today is the day. Yes.
Nobody comes.
And also,
what about that?
Can I ask you a question? We'll answer honestly. Let's say, okay.
My answer is yes. No answer.
Okay.
That's premature conversation. Sorry. Go on.
Let's say you become a gigolo, okay, and you're getting paid 20 lakhs for half an hour. Are you okay with a woman dominating you to that extent?
Oh, that's not the issue.
Only half an hour?
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Playing role play?
sure.
Role play.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Otherwise, come on, there's something to do for half an hour. What do you say?
I've heard rumors. This is all a rumor, okay? Please don't quote me. That
Take names, huh?
I can't. I'll take it after the show, okay? When we are all together.
No.
No, I know. Okay, so I've heard rumors that in the Middle East, there are these auctions that are held, and a lot of these Bollywood actors go for it, okay? And they got dance around with a collar around their neck, and all of these rich sheikh wives come and they select one for the night, and then she leads you out on her leash. Are you okay with that kind of shit? Okay.
I'll pay 10 lakhs for that. I don't need to be paid
What?
20. I'll pay 10 lakhs for that. I don't need to be paid 20.
I'm a cheap middle class South Bombay boy, so I'll say, do you get to keep the leash? I mean, I'm like, ma'am, bahut acha na? Thank you.
Quality.
There's Indians in any line of work, these are the things we would do. We'd definitely not return the leash. It's just not our thing. It's like how you go to a hotel in the old days and take those small bottles. So many people just say, but of course you're entitled to it. It just won't happen in other cultures. It's amazing the things we do. But
Yep.
Talking
who
about
do you think-
entitlement, I want to talk about one thing. It's definitely not related to anything we're talking about, but I just think that the scam of Sukhi Puri that the public has enforced upon Pani Puri walas is something that needs to be talked about. I think it's because I was talking to a Pani
It's a
Puri
sham.
wala who was like, everyone
No.
expects it.
Yeah, it should be expected. Dude, I deserve a Sukha Puri after my Pani Puri.
Already, you are not paying them as much as they should be paid. Okay.
What does that mean?
On top of that,
Their
you want them
MRP I'm
extra
giving
Puri.
them. What they've
Hello.
asked for, I'm not
And the
bargaining on that.
scam goes further because if you're carrying a kid with you or something, they take out 2. Right?
Yeah.
They finish serving you and then you get like
Yeah.
So then I don't get this. Business is business. Business is about
Yes.
those 6 pieces of. He's right.
Then it's
He's
your
hit the
fault.
nail
No,
on the
but,
head.
but then it's the fault of the
Bro,
Pani Puri walas
no,
because for
it's a
years they've
corruption.
been doing
No,
this.
it's the expectation. You ask
But then you
for
know
the
exactly.
entitlement.
That can't
It's
be helped.
tainting
I
the
won't
business.
see. The thing is, the day all Pani Puris walas instantly stop doing this, right, is the only day it'll ever change. Otherwise, even if one Pani Puri wala is doing it, all the customers will go to that Pani Puri wala and get the Sukha
You think
Puri.
there's a Pani Puri wala network? Everyone is keeping track
Yeah,
of
that's
which
exactly what I
Pani
think.
Puri
They have a
wala.
WhatsApp group.
What happens to the other minority? Those who don't eat pani puri but are just eating it because the bloody girlfriend is insisting they don't want to look bad. Now I got to eat the extra puri. Why? Because he loves me? No. Always think from different perspectives. You guys are always thinking from only one. It's not fair. Kajal, by the way, who'd make the best gigolo out of the 3 of us? Be fair.
You, Cyrus.
And I
you
put on
did.
2 kilos, huh?
No,
I put on
it's,
2 kilos since
it's you. It's you, hands down. You.
Yes! In your face, young boys. All right?
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah,
your systems are working and mine isn't, doesn't mean anything. Age, I tell you.
I was just thinking that I had led this conversation into gigolos and
You did.
auctions
You
in the
did.
Middle East.
You did.
And what did
You've been the worst.
What did I bring it to Sukha Puri at a Pani Puri
Yeah.
wala?
Yeah,
Like,
That's the
yeah,
guy with his hand between his
something
legs.
we're all passionate about.
When we go to
Exactly.
sex talk, he pulled out in the sex talk to use a pun and then decided to go to the Sev Puri and Pani Puri guy. Oh, if there's a Freudian connection,
Yeah.
for God's sake, I don't want to exploit now, please. Even comedy must have its limits. Okay, so what is this? Z8?
Sukha Puri is like free vaccine. Free nahi to tax pehle diya hai.
It was an interesting picture. By the way, I saw an interesting picture yesterday. Now that we didn't react for some reason, to Uddhav Thackeray and KCR of Telangana together, and they're together. And all the pictures have KCR, the Chief Minister of Telangana, with no mask, and Uddhav with 3 masks. And their faces are this close. I'm like, what's going on with that? That's like, this guy is like, "Yeah, all good," and that guy's like, what are you thinking? Shreyas, what's your take?
I just think that COVID is fake. I think it's all about the 5G towers, and I think
Oh, you think the Queen of England is lying to us?
for sure
She
you
didn't
can't
tell
trust
us.
the Queen of England. Okay,
Yeah.
But she hasn't
you
put it
can't-
out. It's somebody else who's put it out. The
No,
chief
from Buckingham Palace, official Buckingham Palace channels.
Can I tell you why? No, I'll tell you why she hasn't put it out. I'll give you proof, and Kajal will 100% guarantee that I'm telling the truth. Because it says in the statement, Queen Elizabeth II, 95-year-old monarch, has tested. She would never put her age in a statement. Yes or no, Kajal? Kajal, yes or no?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Which
Come
woman?
on,
And that one,
Cyrus. Come on, Cyrus. No. This is ballers, okay? And I think by now she's kind of proud of her age. Like she's just like
no,
she's
there's
living
one
it up.
option. She's actually 115 and she's saying 95.
70th
I
year
know
on the
a
throne.
few elder women I'm associated with always do that. You've got to it's X minus 5.
But
It's always that.
I think after you're 75, it's cooler to be older, right? Wouldn't
You
it
think?
go that way? Like
And
I
every
I
1 year
think
after
so.
75, you're like, wow, look how cool I am. I'm 82
Yeah,
today.
I made it. All my friends are dead. I've made it.
Also,
I
it's an
think
age where
then
you,
it's like a
where you don't give
competition.
the number. You just use the sentence, I'm still alive. Because that's what people are thinking.
That's true.
There's no point
That
saying
is.
82, 83. Sorry, Kajal.
Yes,
You don't say
belong to-
insensitive. Because that's not fair. After tying me up like a monkey to some sheikh's wife and parading me all across wherever and not letting me keep the leash after
I like the
due
visual.
diligence.
Okay, no, my
Yeah.
point is this, okay? You belong to a community where all of you all look 20 years younger than you are. And that is unfortunately genetics. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Even
It's a long
it's
living.
nothing
It's
which
a-
you all have done. It's just
It's
the way
great
you're
that
born.
I look like 10.
Huh? You look like
I
10.
look
You
10
don't-
then, no?
You're
20
not-
years younger than I am.
The community I meant is Parsis, not podcasters.
Oh, Parsis. Okay. I thought
Yeah,
you
it's
meant-
Parsis. Podcasters aren't the community, Silverie.
Yes.
You guys, the
Yes.
men community, I thought. The male community, you guys are responsible.
The main
Silverie.
community.
You know,
Yeah.
we have a Punjabi story to go to at some point, but Silverie is unbelievable. She talk about Parsis. He decides
Yeah.
for some reason it's either podcasters or men in general.
Yeah, I thought men in general, dude.
I mean,
That's what I
and
thought.
which woman would say men always look young? I mean,
I thought she meant that we are living at such a time that everyone is living
No.
longer and looking
No.
younger.
It's just erasure of
No.
Parsi culture. Another example of Parsi culture being erased. I just don't know what to
Yeah.
do about it. These Punjabis coming in, co-opting everything.
Man,
But
we
look
have
at
it tough, man. Punjabis have it very
No,
tough
so
nowadays.
let me finish yelling at Cyrus, please. Give me 1 minute.
Yes,
please carry on.
So Cyrus, y'all belong to a community where I celebrate 2 birthdays. Okay, I know that y'all have a Parsi
But
birthday.
many
y'all have a
people do that.
non-birthday.
Many people have different Hindu calendar, this calendar, that calendar.
No.
No,
My
I've
best
heard it
friend
in
is a
other
Parsi.
communities.
My best friend is a Parsi.
I know.
You her.
Huh.
So okay, so I know you celebrate 2 birthdays. You look 20 years younger than you are. Okay, and you are still bitching about a woman's age. I mean, seriously, Cyrus. If anyone had the stats in their favor, it is you.
It's not any woman. It's a 95-year-old monarch. All I'm saying, Hamisha, please let me speak on this one. I sound like Arnab, to quote Arnab, is that which 95-year-old is going to put 95-year-old in the statement? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. She would never say it. Write down 95-year-old monarch has got COVID. No. She would be just write the Queen Mother has COVID and that's it. That 95 gives it away. I'm sure. I think Camilla Parker Bowles, who doesn't like her, put out the statement. And 95
Camilla
is-
also has COVID.
but nobody said 59, 69-year-old, whatever her name is. Only this one gets 95. Explain that. You see, I've already, there's something here. There's something that we have to invest. After Sukha Puri, we go for this one. There are 2 investigations.
I think they put the age out. I think they put the age out to encourage child. It's like almost.
You still have time, buddy. Don't worry.
No, Charles and you go to the same optician, clearly. Hasn't been able to. I mean, he had Princess Diana, one of the most beautiful women the world has ever seen. And then he has this one, and he chooses this one. I mean, talk about alternate sexuality and whatever. I mean, it's
Yeah.
mind boggling. Now, Kajal's going to get angry for some reason. Are you going to get angry?
No. I'll keep on yelling at you in doses.
Yeah.
I can't do it all at once.
My wife's already yelled at me because once again I left that window covered and she came home earlier than expected. I couldn't take out the book in time. And so the screaming has already started. You have no idea. By the way, we have word of the day. It's Monday.
Okay. Oh,
Or you want to do it
okay.
only when Amit is there?
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow when
Okay.
Amit is there. I think
Okay, done,
Amit is
done,
coming
done.
on tomorrow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, kripaya dhyan dijiye. Word of the day has been abandoned because Shreyas doesn't want to do word of the day. And Kajal,
Yeah.
word of the day is you bastard for some reason to me every 5 minutes. She's not denying it, Silverie. There's no denial. Just
Of course
enough.
not.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sure,
You
fair
know.
enough.
Approving
Fair
laughter.
enough, fair enough. All right.
Do we
the
have topics today, Ramanathan?
Yes, we already.
No, the listeners are like teachers. Like when 4 kids are
Yeah.
talking in class, like, oh, enough! Now topic.
syllabus pe aao.
Yeah, correct.
And there's no
But
Amit has that serious bent slightly to steer it towards some sort of sense. Now with these two, unless I go into some feminist rage, Kajal will not even. We won't get to that. We'll get a story sooner or later. Do we have one?
I can yell at you even while we do topics, Cyrus. Why well?
Yeah. So
But
we do
you
have.
would never buy me at that auction. I still have to go with Mrs.
We
Mehboob.
we already talked about one topic, which was the Queen getting COVID.
We didn't talk
And
about
this-
it. Yeah, I want to talk about it. Can I talk about it? At the risk of
Yeah,
sounding like a
let's talk about
soprano. Okay. I want to just say, I was discussing this with my daughter just now, in fact, how did she get COVID when you can't get close to her? Literally, you can't get close to her. So the only ones who can get close to her are the serving staff, right? When they'll come close enough, but they don't stay long enough to get for the transfer to happen. They put the tea down or whatever and open the thing or whatever, and they move out. No one is allowed to come close to her, actually.
But you don't know the private parties she has, right? She might be having private
Oh,
parties and all.
How
Like, she might
dare
be,
you?
I don't know. How would
You're
we
making-
know?
You're calling the Queen
Maybe
some
she got
wild
it from
thing.
Charles.
You think
Maybe
Boris
she got it
Yeah,
from
that's
Johnson?
also
Charles.
possible. That was a.
Do you think if you were someone as powerful as the
She's
queen,
as sorry, go on.
if you were someone as powerful as the queen, do you think you would actually quarantine and stay
Not at all.
indoors?
Yeah, I don't have to.
Thank you for
Why
calling
would
me
you-
a
why would
queen,
I?
and I like that. 1 minute. What do you mean? Where did she go? Okay, she cuts a ribbon or attends parliament for 5 minutes. Where did she go?
No,
It's a techno party that I've heard.
no.
that
So
she-
so Buckingham Palace is humongous. You can have a party and nobody will know about it, man. I'm sure.
Freddie
It's
Mercury's
pretty easy.
band was not exactly the same thing. I think you guys are confused. Okay, that queen and this queen totally different. Next, you will say Kangana Ranaut's queen. No, they're all different. All different. Yeah. What is
Having
anything
watched-
in the middle? Oh my God.
It's solved. It's solved.
UK visa for vaginal
There
Bain
you
has
go.
been cancelled.
You're gonna have all hate mail from your community this time, Cyrus,
I
and not
know,
podcasters.
30%
Yes.
with the the lady in question's picture from her 65th birthday up in the hall. Yeah.
So I was reading she has been on the throne now for 70 years. This is her 70th year going on.
What about a
Man,
laxative?
can you even imagine?
Okay,
Sorry.
this year is
About
going to be
50.
there's going to be the 70th. I think it's a platinum jubilee. Is it this year?
Platinum.
I don't
that's
know,
what it's
but
called.
then why are you
Yeah,
pointing
platinum jubilee,
fingers?
correct.
Why are you pointing fingers at India's nepotism in politics, or let's say subcontinent nepotism in politics? Because they've got 70 years of what's the excuse? Your queen? That's not good enough for me, man. After 5 or
Well,
6 years,
royalty was always nepotism.
yeah, but they should give somebody a
Yeah.
chance in the modern era to stay in pace with the times.
They
You
gave
know?
Meghan Markle a chance, but she didn't take it. That's the
That's
problem.
true. That's true.
That's why they don't give chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my
Oh.
personal belief is it'll go straight to what's his name? Harish.
No, but he's already
No,
given
sorry,
it up,
William. Yeah. It goes straight to William because Charles is already, well, not of not of kingable age, I would think.
right?
So yeah, I think that's the way it'll pan out. Shreyas, can you keep your hands up?
Yeah, it's there up. Yeah, you can see.
Who was
them.
the one who had a relationship with Epstein? Was it Charles?
Andrew, Prince
No,
Andrew.
Harry.
Andrew.
Not
Harish,
Charles,
Harish.
for
No,
God's
no,
sake.
not Harry. Not Harry.
Andrew, Prince Andrew.
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's the guy who married Megan? That guy.
That's,
No.
no, not that guy.
No,
His
no.
Oh,
brother.
that guy. That was at the
Yeah.
party. The red-headed
Not
guy, the
his
ginger.
brother.
No,
Who is
no,
what-
not
that-
Harry. You're
That
thinking of
dude,
Harry.
none of y'all watch The Crown.
No,
No,
you
he
don't
didn't.
watch The Crown.
No, I'm an
I
avid
follow.
watcher.
I follow Epstein. He was one of my heroes.
Okay.
When I was younger. No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't know he was a
Oh,
a
God.
womanizer and all that. So this is just a great
He's a
producer.
pedophile. He's a
Great
pedophile,
producer.
not a womanizer.
Yeah, I didn't know all that. No, you
Yeah.
don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean,
And
lots of
sex
your heroes-
trafficker. Pedophile and sex trafficker. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people say all kinds of things about KL Sehgal, for example. We don't know,
Yeah.
who knows what the truth is. So, yeah, I didn't know that. So, we were friends in that way. But, yeah, so I don't know.
Cyrus, I have a question. If you were to become, if the Queen passes away and someone from the administration was hearing this podcast and they thought that Cyrus just has what it takes to become the next Queen,
This
what
makes
what
sense.
things will you change? What are you gonna do? What?
In the next 70 years, what would you change?
I
Well, I guess
would know,
anatomy,
firstly, on a personal level, I would not overdress. I feel they're overdressed. I mean, there are too many things on.
You'll wear
I'm not-
shorts?
Yeah, for sure. I'm like topless for sure. I mean, unless weather dictates, there's no need for that. And the corgis, I would have German Shepherds. So, I mean, my dogs would be bigger. I just feel that if you're in royalty, you get these really small dogs. Well, what the hell? You should have so many big animals around you, for God's sake. And,
Shall I tell you something about the Queen?
okay, some inside information, ladies and gentlemen, only
Yeah.
on our podcast.
Okay, so she carries this handbag, okay? And
Yeah.
the
So there's
position
Mayawati, who's the queen of UP.
No, listen, she carries this handbag, and the position she holds the handbag, either it's on her wrist or her elbow or just down the ground, it sends a message to her staff, okay? So there's one position which means get rid of this person.
Put your hand up
So
and
the-
show, no?
Oh.
Put your hand, can you put your
I
hand on
don't
the camera?
know. There's a code. I don't
Oh,
know.
you don't know the exact one. Okay,
I don't know
okay.
the exact code. I'm just saying that there's
Okay.
a position she puts it.
What if
and
you get
then-
it wrong? What if she's saying like "take me home" and you think it means "pick me up" and the guy comes and carries her?
then they get fired, I guess.
Then you're
Okay,
fired,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Or yeah, murdered or
So
something.
talk,
Get killed
talk
by the
about
Secret Service.
like fascism. You actually, I mean, you don't even give a command. You give a signal, and the
Yeah.
signal has to be followed. I mean, that's a little fascist. That's scary. The only person who does that with me is my wife. Without a word, just a look, and you immediately understand what the communication is. Like, get the hell out of there as fast as possible. If you're going to be the queen, please return the Kohinoor and the peacock throne. If by Kohinoor you mean the condom packet, I could never even open it on time. As for the peacock throne, I don't know where the hell it is now. It was in Delhi, then it was in Agra, then it went to London, then it came back. God knows who's got it. Yeah. Silverie, would you like to be the
Yep.
queen instead of me? I feel you're more regal. I feel
yeah,
I'm more. Me and
I won't say
Shreyas,
no.
Just his
I will
hands
not
are
say
between
no.
his legs and he's digging his nose, and I'm a scratcher. I scratch all the
Yeah,
time. You
yeah.
can't be royalty if you're scratching in public, It's just not on.
Yeah, no, I would accept. I would humbly accept being.
What
the
would you
monarch
smoke to
of
celebrate? What would be your
India.
drug of choice?
Everything, everything that exists, I would smoke it. Like anything
The
that's not
first
smokable, I
day-
would make it smokable.
Queen Silverie would
Just
call
by
all the
order.
pharma companies to his Buckingham
Yeah,
Palace
yeah,
to say, I
Hey
have
guys,
some personal
change of
requests.
rules. Yeah.
Would you colonize countries?
what?
India, yes, again.
Yeah.
I mean, I still
And
want
this
to be
time get
Indian.
it
I want to
right.
identify as Indian. So I would. Yeah.
Remember, there
Yeah,
instead of Pakistan, just remove 3 or 4 states whose names we can't mention. All right, just get that right. Yeah.
Sure, done. Yeah. Okay, no, I was gonna mention a state
Silverie
name,
already
but
has.
then I thought.
Oh yeah, just the accent. You be the first North of England way.
Hello, I am the new Queen
Oh
of
my
England.
God.
Hello, young Shreya, sir.
Oh wow.
Great, no? Spot
As
on,
far as
I know.
maturity goes, this podcast is going to another level. People listening are like, I mean, the path breaking,
Please forward me
the
that
lessons they provide
I
society.
love Cyrus Says. Cyrus Says is a hilarious podcast here in India, Mumbai.
Shall we come back after
Thank
5
you.
minutes?
This will
Finish your-
destroy the system of monarchy, I think. I think this is
Yeah.
what we need to do to make it a democratic place.
Yeah, his address to the nation. Can you imagine? My God, really? He'll end up with a Bhojpuri accent because he want to do the whole lot. Now, because at heart he's a stand-up comedian. He's got an audience. They have to stay there and clap. He'll be like, "I'm going to give you a whole myriad of accents. 36 accents later, it's the same line though. I am your queen. I am your queen. And I am the queen." Commonwealth cricket team. Interesting, Nikhil Rabindra. Interesting. I might make you vice captain just for that thought. Let's give it to Kajal being the only lady here. You be the queen. Come on. What would you do?
Have you all finished your mutual backpacking club and you know your
Can you also please try?
Do you mean
Kajol,
back slapping?
back?
Can you try
back slapping, right?
a queen accent?
No, because no, I can't.
Why? How
Sorry,
touchy.
I know what I
You
can't.
know what?
do.
That's actually quite royal and regal of her to not
Denying
do
it.
the
Yeah,
accent.
I like your
Yeah,
thinking.
no, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
You know
good.
what- you know
It's
what I
like
like about
a
you?
commoner would do it, like
Thanks,
Silverie and
Shreyas.
Cyrus.
Thanks.
But
I
a
get the
real-
slight
yeah,
remark.
yeah.
No, no,
Spot
no,
on.
no, no,
Shreyas,
no,
spot
no.
on. No
If
question.
you see the Crown season 1, the
Hey.
Queen has this.
Hey.
No.
No, but answer this question because we didn't have the answer to that question. But I remember
Okay.
the
Yes,
conversation.
I remember. I
So
applied
what
to
happened?
go. Okay, so I'll just give context. I applied to
Oh.
go to the moon with this Japanese billionaire. He opened it to the public. Okay, yeah, he was gonna marry him after that, but I was cool with it. And then he cancelled the whole thing because people called him a
What?
sexist.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh
I
no.
know.
Oh, what a
Oh, man.
unromantic end to the story, though.
Yeah, that's sad.
Really, that's like
Started great.
disqualification. Oof, how sad. But would you have gone through with it?
They called him a sexist because he was asking for like applications for like people to go with him. That's so.
It's like, yeah, you want to marry someone, you want to take them to the moon. I don't know. I was.
For him, it was a romantic gesture. For the feminists, violent feminists, it was like, how dare you buy me? Okay, so that it got corrupted. But Kajal, would you have done it? Would you have actually gone?
I would have gone. I'd have married him. I was all.
And
What was your
Silverie-
application like? Casual, what was your application? Could you tell us a little what you wrote? about?
I don't remember. This was, I think, 2 years back. So there was a form which you had to fill out, and you had to say what were your 5 best qualities and who were you
So
and what did you
what
do.
are they? What are your 5 best qualities?
I don't remember, Cyrus. Just don't.
You lied. Because it
I
didn't
must
come to
have
your head
lied.
immediately.
I must have lied. Who answers the truth?
See, it was one of the best episodes of Kajal with Cyrus. Akshay K remembers every word you said.
I know.
Really.
It was one of
So I
the
wonder if you'd have
only
really
episodes.
gone.
One of the
Billionaire.
only episodes I've done with Cyrus. Yeah.
But it would have been great. Imagine he speaks Japanese, you speak English, and
No,
you
he
know, so you
speaks
can't even
English.
communicate. So
He speaks
that's.
English. No. He speaks English.
But would it be like proper, or would it be just like Kajal, bedroom now? Like
So
what would be
that's
the
most Indian guys, Cyrus.
Everyone talks to you like that. Kajal, what's going
Everyone
on?
speaks to me like
How
that.
dare
Yeah.
Yes, stand up and fight for her. Honor.
I want to take this opportunity to segue into a story that we have today about how there are Punjabi women
Yep.
who are going to.
Well
Let's-
done.
let us-
Obviously, the producer Vinay is sitting on his left and decided that Shreyas is the
I like-
low-hanging fruit. Yeah.
Also, I like how Shreya said Punjabi women and then looked at me. It's not
Yeah.
cool.
At the
buddy.
lack of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
I like
you know,
Punjabi women. I mean, not you.
So-
You're
so
not a
what's-
Punjabi woman. Yeah, I mean, with
Oh,
great
yeah,
difficulty, you're a
correct.
Punjabi man. So let's not push
Yeah.
the letter all the
Punjabi.
way.
Let's leave it
What
at
the
that.
He has
hell?
been told
You
he's
have
not
a point
Ranbir
here.
Kapoor. He has
Aage
been
jayega.
told he's not a Punjabi woman.
Yeah,
It's
I'm Kareena
difficult.
Kapoor, not Ranbir Kapoor.
but the problem is that in mass there are Punjabi women who are getting married who are going to Canada to study and then they don't ever return.
Yeah. So they use.
I was
all
like,
these,
explain the premise properly, boys. So they are
yeah.
going to for a visa option to enter the country
Basically, yeah.
via the route of marriage, and then they
Yeah.
basically what's it called? It's called something all over the world, right? The token marriage. It means that anyway.
Marriage of convenience. Marriage of convenience. Right? Isn't that what
Correct,
it's called?
correct. Like
Yeah.
my marriage. Yeah.
No, is it that? I think this specific thing is that their husbands sponsor their education
So-
and they go out and then they just never come back. And they
So
ghost.
basically, the husbands are looking for brides because it's easier to be married and be
It's like this Japanese
and move-
millionaire.
Emigrate to.
They
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
it's a
You're
deal.
finished.
I'm doing
Y'all
something for you.
finish talking, and I'm going to shout at all of you. Go on, because y'all have
Okay.
not.
Can you
finished
shout
the-
only once for all three? Because you shout at
Of
everyone
course.
separately takes a long time.
Yeah, I
Okay.
shouted all once.
Okay.
Go on.
Sorry,
Okay, so
boys. We
basically-
can never finish. Okay, we have to go on. This is what they do in
So
Parliament in
basically-
America all the time in the Congress, House of
Yeah.
Congress. Yeah.
These Punjabi men
Filibustering,
want to get married, and because it's easier to move abroad if you are married, if you're a married couple. So they get married to these women. These women take them abroad as NRIs, right? They go abroad, and these women basically file for divorce or leave them, saying, "Okay, now I have tasted freedom.
Yes.
And after tasting this freedom, I don't want to get back to you because, well, you will just suppress my rights and my freedom again."
100%.
So they basically, the men have by this time already financed their education, financed their travel to Canada, etc.
I think this is a very sensitive subject for you,
this is
Silverie, to
what-
talk about. Your mom is a Punjabi woman, your dad is a Punjabi man. So, I mean, and your family, left, right, everywhere.
But
is
you're all in
Punjabi.
India. You're all
Yeah,
in India.
but I
It's
think
not
you be
moving.
very
For
careful
now.
what you
Yeah.
say
For
about
now.
all
Well,
this.
it's
Just
what is.
watch it. Shreyas, on the other
I
hand,
think
This
is
is on the
neutral.
rise.
I
is
think
what
it's
we're
super cool. I think it's super cool the way I love this scam. I love this grift.
It's
I have no problem with it. I think it's between two people always. I don't know why we make it into an en masse thing. Even if 4,000 applicants turned out to, disappear from their husbands,
4,000
it
complaints.
doesn't
correct.
bother me at all. I think it's great. The world is fantastic if more people divorce at the right time. Because marriages are like cancer. I keep telling my friends, please break up. It's terrible to hear their stories of how two old people, you see them sitting in a cafe not talking for hours. Somebody says, look how well adjusted. They're not well adjusted. They're so freaking bored. They're so freaking bored.
Yeah.
35 years have passed. Meenakshi, I can't bear to look at your face. And I look at the ugly waiter's face for 15 minutes. It's like that. So, but this is not just Punjabi.
But
because
Kajol,
Now can I shout?
Kajal. Okay.
yes,
yeah,
please,
you,
Kajol,
hey,
you
boy, you
have
have to take a break.
clarification.
Should we take a break? Then you can get energy for the show.
No, I want
Okay.
to finish the shout. It's
The
only
break is
1
1
minute.
second.
But
1 second
Break
break.
will be less than a minute. We'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I mean, we
such
may not come back
cowards.
because we're scared
And we'll
now.
come back straight to Kajol only. Yeah.
I mean, I'll just take off for a while. Shreyas, you take care of this post break. Okay, here's the break. Kajal, calm down. This will bring your temperature down. Well, listen to this.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, the cast and crew of Gehraiya joins Cyrus in a fun chat about the making of the film. Cyrus talks to Deepika Padukone, Ananya Pandey, Siddhant Chaturvedi, Darya Karwa, and the director Shakun Batra. Kadai Podcast is back with a new story. When Well Seni is a Tamil podcast done by Kavita Jiva. Find out how Tamil South India stayed independent of Ashoka and the Mauryan Empire. On Paisa West, Anupam discusses finance for informal labor with Gautam Bharadwaj and Parul Shet Khanna, co-founders and directors at Pinbox Solutions. Should assisted dying and euthanasia be legalized? On All Things Policy, the Takshashila folk analyze the Lancet Commission's Value of Death report. And on the Filter Coffee podcast with Karthik Nagarajan, freelance journalist Priyanka Pula sheds light on the drug regulation problems in India. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. The word of mouth really helps. Also, don't forget to rate us on whatever platform you're listening to us and check us out on YouTube. You can check a list of all our channels at ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Bank of Baroda and HDFC Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel that the ad is like a separate podcast only. It's that long. Maybe we need to just shave it a bit here and there. By the way, we lost one of our. He's back. Wow. What's going on? Technology at its best. Folks, it's a science fiction podcast. Sci-fi it is. Shreyas, are you there or not?
I'm here. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
He's right here.
My battery is low. I mean, my laptop's battery is low. My battery is high.
Yeah, so
But there are laptops everywhere. Just
Everywhere.
borrow somebody else's and, replay the game. Okay, he's
yeah,
like,
it's coming. All arrangements are being made. Don't worry.
he's like a young.
we won't lose Shreyas. We won't lose Shreyas.
If this happened to Kajol, it would have been okay at this point. Sylvie, look at our luck.
Oh.
Looks just
Okay.
going to scream.
Shall I begin?
No. Let Kajol. Yes, please. Let Kajol clarify, please.
Okay.
All right.
Now this entire scenario,
One
which you are
sec. My
feeling so
helmet.
righteously angry about, okay, is basically
One sec. He's taken off because of his laptop issues. You have to let all three get the firing. Why should he get away?
There he
Bloody
is.
coward.
There he is.
No, it's fine. Let her
He pulled the
continue.
plug out and said laptop's not working. I mean, come on, bro. That's not on. Can't take the
All right.
woman bashing. Take the woman bashing. Sorry.
Let
Kajol, you were
me
saying.
finish.
Boliye.
Okay.
Sweetie, yeah.
Now these Punjabi men, okay, they try to get a good degree, a good score in the exam to get into a Canadian university. They don't. Okay. So first thing, they're bad at studies. Now they go and marry a woman.
God, this is going to be horrible.
Who has
No, that
got
is true,
the
that is true,
percentage.
yeah.
This woman has studied. She has got the percentage to get into a Canadian university. They marry her so that they can both go abroad because now they have an ability to go. There's no love there. There is a business arrangement. In return, they are giving her money for her to do her education. Okay. Now, she has to make a choice after she finishes her university graduation. And I'm sure this cartoon has not graduated as well because he didn't get the percentage there. Okay. So now she's like, do I
Don't
stay
attack
married to
Balbir.
this? Do I stay married to this uneducated lout, or do I take my chances? It was a business arrangement. She's not abandoned him. It wasn't love.
No, it's being reported as
In
fraud.
all the liberal arts institutions of Canada, they teach you Sylvia Plath, etc., etc., etc. So she's completely empowered by the end of it. She goes home, beats the crap out of Balbir, and then she takes off forever. So I tell you, American education, Canadian education, be very careful. Be very careful of what you're doing. You're creating more monsters. Yeah, Kajal, I understood what your point was.
So my point is, if you're a bad at studies, you can't blame women for it.
No, but Silverie's,
Study.
there's one problem with your story. Slightly, if I may, I think Silverie's going to say it, which is he's saying that they've already got either citizenship or the way into Canada, and they come as a plus two. Is it?
The women have got the percentage to get into the university. The guy has to now find a woman who's got that percentage, marry her, and then come on her coattails.
Oh, I've just got a warning from my daughter to talk softly because she's studying for Chem Test.
What I think is happening is these men all still want to be with these women, right? Because it's still a marriage proposal. I don't think it's a marriage of convenience for the men. It's convenient to go abroad. It's convenient to go abroad.
Are you Silverie, moron? It's also a question of ego, honor, and respect, and all that. Now, when somebody leaves somebody, so it's not just about love. Love's gone out of the window. So we can give benefit of the doubt. The man's ego is going to get pricked by this whole thing of her running away.
Yeah.
And then his family's face back in the village, and the elders will talk. Kya kiya usne? वो लड़की को पसंद नहीं करता है. He's one of them, which is not a bad thing. You can be anything you like in the world. I mean, we're not judging here, but yeah. But I'm on the side of the men, Kajal, only so that I get a response.
It's just difficult to get scholarships to apply for scholarships, and I think that this loophole is amazing.
Shouldn't we put the blame where the blame is required to be put, which is on Canada? Why are we blaming poor Punjabis in India? What did we do wrong?
Well, everyone's blaming Canada right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but the Canadian papers are talking about taking off, putting the truckers in prison and all. Like the major crime of the world has been solved. Those guys were just chanting slogans. May have pushed a fire hydrant. I mean, the civil disobedience is really so tame. My lane on a morning with the garbage collector is much worse. I don't know what to say to Canada. Come to India, see what agitations really are. Oof. But Silverie, another personal question. In your family, does this happen? Do you have any body in Canada, and has this happened? Be honest.
We do have family members in Canada, and I hope this hasn't happened. Because they're all my sisters. So if they've left their husbands, I hope they're happy. But if they've left them just because they left them, I don't know what to say. I think either way, if they left their husbands, they actually would be.
I can't believe that you are still sympathizing with the husbands of your sisters and not your sisters.
No,
I hope disconnected can he be from his sisters that he doesn't know?
I'm saying hope my sisters are happy. Hope my sisters are happy, I mean.
The only question you can tell us is if they're alive or dead. That's the information you have. Nothing else. Not one word beyond that.
Just look at the kind of evidence Silverie is getting to back himself up.
I know girls with low percentage have gone to Canada like, oh, Bigfoot. If you have the bollocks, come on to the podcast right now. Kajal is ready.
I'm sure the reverse also happens. Exactly.
The reverse happens?
I'm sure.
I have no idea. I mean, I just know that this is a marriage of convenience thing. This is how the scam operates.
But you just came with so much gusto about how these men
because you all were all about all these men get abandoned by their wives. No, they have made a business arrangement. She has ended the business arrangement.
But men also have feelings, Kajal.
But Cyrus, tell me,
all the poetry in the world is only for women.
Cyrus,
I cry when I see a puppy. I cry when I see a vegetarian. All these things make me cry.
So then why don't you waste time? I mean, why did you waste time crying when you could be studying, Cyrus? It's all I'm asking. Okay. All it took was a little bit of studying.
I want Amit back. I miss him. This is so mean.
But what is the real scam here? Yeah, sorry, go for it.
I know my daughter sent a thing on the chat telling us to keep quiet. Maya's replied. Are you seeing this?
Is that really Maya?
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, anyone can just rename their account Maya Brocha. That's
the cryptic answer like my brother. That's Maya. Trust me. Yeah. God. Talk about men and women not getting along. Nothing. Sibling rivalry.
This is the first episode where Maya's tuning in. Actually, yeah. I don't think she's ever.
She tuned in. She has noise cancelling headphones.
I don't think that's her.
That's called marriage. That's what the market is. Hi, Dad.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's her, man. I just
Yeah, she
don't
wouldn't
think.
say hi, Dad. It's getting
Yeah.
suspicious now.
Yeah.
Who's Maya? We've got so much to
Yeah.
solve. Who sent the Queen's thing out? I mean, who's Maya? What's happening to the Punjabi men and women in Canada? Whose fault is it really? So many questions, no answers towards the end of this show. But can I just say one thing? I was just trying to say that across the world, immigrants use the process of fake marriages. Even if you look at wherever the Western world, more or less, even in India and to some extent, if you look at our neighboring countries, sometimes they use the marriage thing or whatever, which is just a convenience or there's a contract of sorts. I'm not against it if both parties are okay. I would say, what do you think, guys? I mean, if both parties are clinical about this arrangement because X wants to just come to this country and whatever, and they pay him some of money and whatever. I mean, why is that wrong? Fundamentally, why is it wrong? Oh, marriage is being disregarded. I mean, what's the big deal? It's just a contract
Yeah,
of
and
sorts.
marriage is an old, antiquated institution. So I think if people are finding business arrangements in it, let them. That's amazing.
Ways to make money through marriage.
No, I'm
It's
thinking,
not-
why is
not
it
bad.
sacred? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
He wants to
Now
get married. Your
one
dog
second.
wants to get married.
Again, let me
also.
clarify that that's Mary.
go to Canada.
That's Mary.
Wants to go to Canada.
That's Mary. Mary, can you please control yourself
Wow.
because this is a professional. We may have a sponsor one
She's
day, and then
very-
we have to show this stuff. And
She's
maybe
very pro-marriage, huh?
Pedigree will
She-
come
She
out.
wants a Punjabi man instead of Parsi one.
Hey, watch it. You're on the line. This is a country where everything is offense. Remember,
Okay.
you're on the line.
That's true.
Kajal is smiling sweetly. She's lost interest. 3 men talking to her, and she's
No.
decided they're
I was just thinking that, Shreyas, when you go on these Valentine dates to see dolphins and all in the morning,
And sailing, yeah.
do you, do you
Oh
give
my
me the same
God.
line?
You're never going to let him
Marriage is
forget
such
that.
an
Yeah.
antiquated thing, and who goes for it? Now, you say these things?
But he doesn't want to get married. Kajal.
Absolutely.
Oh,
He's not
Absolutely.
doing-
I've
he's not
I've
doing
picked it up from my dates only. That's where I've picked it up.
The
from.
word antiquated.
Just learned.
No word was.
But
Now he's using
Shreyas,
it everywhere.
have you ever gone out with a girl with the idea of getting married, like in the back of your head? I know some people, both men and women, who do that because they're just desperate to get married. They reach that point. It's more about the marriage, and that's why you sort of compromise. But have you ever thought that?
Not really.
I mean, you're
Not
just
really,
thinking
no.
whether you get to first base, right? Like most people.
No, I just want to see
Awkward
dolphins.
pause,
I feel
so
that's
second
that's
base.
that's
So
that's
cocky.
all I care about. I just want to see dolphins, and that's not a euphemism. I just want to see dolphins.
Oh, in your face. Euphemism, my foot.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
if I can ask Kajol and Shreyas, and you also, Cyrus, when you were going on
Great.
dates.
I'm feeling left
When,
out.
when you were going on dates. When,
I'm
if
the
you
one who
guys are
wants
a
to go on the date. Don't you understand? They don't care. They're
I get
free.
it. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. But like when you're on a date, do you imagine what it'll be like to be married to this person? Ever?
yes,
That's what I'm asking
Like
him.
maybe first date, second date, you do at some point, right?
yes.
Especially first
Yeah.
date,
Yeah.
second
You
date.
don't never.
Married?
I mean, what
Married?
are you talking about? Like at some
Oh,
point,
I
you will at least
got a
have the
note.
thought.
Cut the conversation. I got a note. I'm reading
Yes.
it because it's my daughter's hand which came in. You can see the thing later. The people don't believe it's me, but it is me. Now, where's my camera? If I can only find it.
That can't be right. She's not trolling us from both sides. Yeah, Maya is.
We have an anti-fan. My daughter's an anti-fan. Okay, so they're there just to, yeah, exactly. So that's it.
Okay. She's a hate
Real-
watcher, is what they say.
Saurabh is
Hate-
saying a real multitasker, Maya. Yeah, she's just the
Yeah.
only person who can change the light bulb in this house. Kajal, sorry, I interrupted you with this startling news. Go on.
Yes, I do visualize being married to the person I'm dating.
So that's a very romantic concept. I like that.
Not
No,
always.
not even. Not always. Sometimes you're like, man, it would be
okay.
terrible to be married to this person, so I
No,
cannot
that's
Like,
fine.
I
date this
But
person.
that means
tell
the
you the
thought,
worst.
it's the same thought. The thought is that could I not marry the person? I'm saying for Shreyas, it's all about the dolphins. He never thinks about the marriage idea. That is not there. His thing is only, look, I need someone to pay for the tickets. I get to the dolphins. Can you move your head, Vanessa? Can you move your head? I want to see the fin. Yeah, whatever. So this is different. But you guys are still romantic at heart because both ways it means the same thing, right? You're negating it or you're saying possibly, and then by the third date, fourth date, mostly it doesn't happen because he's
Shall I tell
dug
you?
his nose.
Shall I tell you this horrible
yes.
date that I had? Okay.
Yes. I love it. Just do that for the whole podcast.
That's great. Bad date stories are great, by the way.
Everyone will tune in. Bad dates.
Also-
What a show.
Also,
This is
bad
weird. This is
date
weird.
stories are some of the best date stories. Like if you're on a date and you're talking about bad dates with the other
To the-
person, it's
make
great.
it a
You
good
just talk
date.
about the same date while you're there.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
how terribly is
Don't
this
do it in
going?
my
Yeah.
age. Forget that was the date with the same person that you're dating now again. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, correct.
Kajal, go on.
So
Bad
he
date.
took me for out my birthday. We've been dating for about a month, and then he took me out my birthday to this hotel, and it was romantic.
Give more details. Which
Somehow.
hotel?
I don't remember, Cyrus. Okay,
Huh.
now Don't
But in
spotlight
Bombay
me.
Like a
only?
five star, a
Were
five
you
star
guys in
hotel.
Bombay only?
No, it is not. I don't date those kind of men. Yeah.
No, no, no.
Handsome
In
Because
Bombay
they're
only?
cheap. No, we need those details to see the guy's personality.
cheap hotel. And he was okay. Acha. Now in the night, I suddenly realized that this guy's not sleeping. He's awake. So I said, "Why aren't you sleeping? You're not sleepy." He's like, "No, I'm trying to keep myself awake because sometimes I have nightmares." And once I woke up with my hands wrapped around this girl's throat. That was interesting. I didn't know how to
Yeah.
respond to it.
Maybe he was like a
Yeah.
sex fiend, was
I
into
don't know.
S&M or something, and he's trying to
I
hint that he
don't
wants to
know.
strangle.
I have no clue.
But
Okay,
why
it
would
was
you
just
say
But I
that? From his point of view, I'm trying to get into his head.
yes,
Why would I say that
yes.
to a girl? Because the outcome of that would be what? If you just think it through, it's not going to be a good outcome. I mean, which
No,
girls will say,
no,
"Oh, that's
I
so
think
romantic.
so.
That's so
No. I think what happened.
attractive."
What happened is that guy imagined being married to Kajol and didn't want it. Sorry, Kajol. Sorry.
oh, okay.
So
This
he's
No,
is
like,
this
now
is
what
that's a
can I
vengeance for
say?
possibility.
Ranbir
What
Kapoor.
can I say?
Vengeance.
Sorry. I'm sorry. This is for Ranveer Kapoor, but sorry. I'm so
Actually,
sorry.
we
So
spend
sorry.
all our time trying to put out girls, but once in a while, when it goes well for us, we want to reject them. It's very hard. I got to tell you, back in my younger days, also the odd time you want to get rid of a girl, it's even tougher than putting them. And I really
Do
used to
tell.
sweat a lot, work so hard, the right song,
What?
the right timing, the everything, and to get rid of them was so difficult. I used to call my friend Neeraj. The Neeraj will just tell her it's easier when the third party does it.
Come on.
It's my gift.
Antariksh, are you also commenting as Serial Mind?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's me. Correct. Fair mind. All the
No,
commenters are me
one
only.
sec, one
186
sec,
people watching. All of them are me.
No, so if there's anybody out there who
I-
uses a technique like this, which is slightly hostile and negative, then just tell us because we're thinking that. But he maybe just what we haven't thought of properly is that he's a weirdo, which is the most dangerous thing because the psychotic, sociopathic sort of behavior patterns that could come from certain people, and we're only thinking about he likes me or doesn't like me. It's nothing to do with that. He's just nuts. What about that? God,
Let me tell you,
if you date
Cyrus,
100 men, one will be nuts.
if you're a dumper woman, why don't you do what all men do and just like ghost her, not answer her messages? Isn't that the usual thing?
No, that's what producers do to us. They call for the audition and then they don't take the call after that. So, I don't want anyone to feel that pain. That's so unfair. Ad
Kajol,
pakka hoga, date to de do. Bas. And then you call back every day for the next 5 days. No, but
Kajol, did you see the guy again? Did you see the guy again?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
How
did.
many times
wow,
more?
Kajol, for someone
Uh,
you male bash us all the time, but you're a softie.
I know. I know. No, this was before comedy. I had no self-esteem. Okay.
Comedy saved you from men.
It
Comedy
did.
saved you from
It
men.
did.
That's her
It did.
bio.
It did. It did. Yes, it did.
Why
Okay.
did you
I
see him
met
again
him
if he
once
was weird? Did he
because
physically touch you, assault you in any way like that violently?
no,
I think
yeah,
he was
no,
just
no.
he was
He
just
didn't have
really
that
good at what
vibe.
he did. I think.
Did he have impulse
No,
issues? Like I have
No?
impulse issues.
Then
no
what?
man is that good.
Why?
No,
Really? You
really.
just testing K. Is it
No,
really true that he dreams about stuff about killing people or not? Is that what happened?
I have no clue.
Sorry about that, but she really
Sorry,
gets
it's my
upset when
idea.
you discuss hurting people and all that. So Kajol, just be careful. The family is very sensitive to all that. Okay, just be careful. But was that
Was the
man a
man a
jigger?
gigolo?
Shovik?
Oh,
You please
Shavik.
ask these
Man,
questions if you can be
no.
slapped by
Kajol
Kajol.
doesn't
I
need
don't want
that.
to get slapped for you.
What are
That's
you
not a
talking
fair
about,
slap.
man?
Huh. Why would Gigolo do that? It's bad for business. So once again, why did you break? Kajol, here's my
Absolutely,
question.
yeah, right.
I don't understand one thing. If that didn't turn you off him, then obviously it turned you on him in a way
No,
because you
no.
went back for another date. Guys, one second, just
I
hear me
went
out.
back.
Please explain. No, please. It's like, okay, look, I'll give a metaphor. So you're eating at a restaurant, you like the khana, and you told everybody you don't like it, but you go back quietly and eat again, right? It's the same thing.
It's the
So
same
what
thing.
happened?
Okay. What happened? So the next date was he was taking me to a party where he knew a couple. Okay. So this woman was had a birthday, and I also knew the couple. So we went to their party. Okay. Okay. Now I'm trying to think of it, and maybe he was trying to get rid of me because he spent the whole party holding her hand. Okay. So it was him holding her hand and her husband and me just looking at each other. That's when I dumped him.
Kasha, for a very intelligent
I
woman,
think he was just apologizing to that woman for choking her in bed the
you
last
want
time.
to attack all the male Punjabis, but you yourself need a few lessons on how to behave.
That was then, yeah.
What are you saying? The guy, I mean, he humiliates you. He goes, I mean, that's 101 of who not to date. I want to strangle women. I want to hold somebody else's hand and humiliate you. I mean, what do you want from this guy? That's amazing. I think he was given that Macho Rambo PTSD vibe, huh? Post
Okay,
traumatic.
there's one more thing about him. I wonder whether I should say it or not.
Yeah.
Say
Is
it.
it
Now you
about
have to
his
say it.
body parts?
No, it's
Oh,
about his
damn.
bed.
His
About
bed.
his?
Bed. Yeah.
I'm nearly there. I'm
Okay.
nearly
Okay.
there. People, this is
I
silence
know.
now. Everybody wants to hear.
Is it something we'll be able to guess? Can we guess this?
Okay.
Because I
Yes.
think it's
Yes.
just
Yes.
like
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes.
Silverie,
Yes.
first
Okay.
look at Vinay and Rishi,
Problem with bed.
who don't listen to the podcast, but now are listening very intently to the bed story.
That's true.
Huh?
Very true.
Dekha?
Very true.
Otherwise, we're
Very
ranting on
absolutely.
about, Joe Rogan versus CNN or something. No interest whatsoever. But look at this. Immediately. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Now let me give
so
you
okay, we have to
context.
guess, right?
I'll give you
Okay.
context.
So
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. No.
Okay,
Let me
please.
give you context. So we
Yeah.
met on Shadi.com. All right. Now, after we're talking and all for a while, we decide to meet up, hook up, whatever. He's like, come out to my house. You will never guess the bed that I have. So I want you to
Okay.
answer this. What sort of bed did he have?
Waterbed.
A heart-shaped bed. Heart-shaped bed.
A waterbed.
Shadi.com.
So- Shreyas, you? Any guesses?
Yes, has not had a bed for 6
I'm
months.
thinking.
It's a rude thing.
Is it a race car bed? Like Friends race car bed?
Not nowhere
a
close.
triangle shaped bed.
I
A
think,
triangle
I
bed.
think that's not a
No.
question. It's not the shape and all that. It's something else.
Oh, circular bed.
Is it
It's
the
not,
shape?
it's not the
It's
shape.
not the
It's
shape.
not the shape.
It's not the shape, guys. It's the bed itself.
Oh, he put flowers on the
No,
bed.
it's got an S&M like a rack and all that with leather straps and all to tie up the ladies.
No.
Oh,
But
yeah,
that was
okay.
somewhat close. That's somewhat
Yeah,
close.
I'm thinking this guy's a weirdo, so there's slightly. Oh,
Oh, is it bunk bed?
No,
Rachit Jain has
no.
said bunk bed.
what are you,
Bunk
a
bed
furniture
was-
Did it
designer?
have like
Bunk bed?
did it have like restraints and handcuffs
like that, yeah.
on it?
Cyrus
It could have
already-
had. Okay, I'm gonna break the suspense.
It had a
It was
vibrator.
a hospital. It was a hospital bed.
What?
It was a
Why?
hospital.
This guy is crazy, man.
So he's sort of mental.
What are you?
He was
What
on a mental,
people are you
he was on a
dating?
mental
I
institute,
don't know.
and he
No,
ran
no.
away, and they got the bed with him.
He got the bed along. Because he was handcuffed to his bed, so he had to take it along with him.
The door was
Okay, so
open.
Exactly what happened.
Literally, two men in white open the door, bring her to the bed.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there.
Oh.
I'm the only one out of the four of us who've had sex on a hospital bed. Am I right?
That's true. That's true.
Well, there was
I
this
can't
old
say that,
lady.
that's true.
Her last request. Sorry. Listen, Kajal, I cannot tell.
Aditya SK has said, and I'm single. Out of
Guys,
these people
I'm
are.
going to have to give Amit the bad news. We can't have him back. He's not going to beat the bed story. With his freaking
He
word
can't.
games.
He really can't.
What's I mean, what am I going to do with that now? How do we up the game from here? Wow.
Was he a doctor? Was he a
So
doctor?
his
Kajal?
parents were doctors. They used to run a nursing home.
Oh, okay.
But he kept the
Oh, okay,
hospital beds. And it wasn't even all
That
those
is very
those
funny.
cool ones which, go
Steel,
up and down.
this
And
is the
all.
steel
Steel
one.
one.
No.
हाँ, वो
The steel one in
Arre,
Indian
purane,
hospitals, you
हाँ.
see the steel
Wait, did
one
you-
and you feel that feeling of hospital.
Yes.
Did you do like a doctor patient role play at all? Did you make use of the bed?
Apparently not. No, we didn't.
You made love without
Yeah.
using the
No,
bed.
but for him,
Oh, they just-
dude, he can't. If for him, his parents are doctors, man. So if he's imagining, oh, you were saying he would be the doctor. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that would be.
Now, 1 second, Silverie. She's been very
Sorry.
candid so far. You can't take a liberty and get into the fantasy zone and say, I'd like you to play it this way. But first, you be the doctor. You it's like cricket. And then after
No,
the
Shreya,
innings,
dude.
they let him bat first. So what the hell? This is ridiculous.
The hell, man.
Okay.
But listen, how do you break
Okay,
up with him?
Can you please highlight Anand's comment? It's brilliant. The one above the one you highlighted right now.
Bed Bundy. Nice. Great.
You're joking
Great.
about it, but he looked like he doesn't. To us, it appears that there's some. I won't say serial killer, but there's something weird about this guy, and it could lead to something stupid. So maybe you're lucky.
No, yeah, he didn't seem the type.
Well, nobody seems the type. Ted Bundy didn't seem the type. Everybody spoke of him as a lovely guy till they go eaten
True.
or whatever.
True.
Oh God.
Wait, but
Now
tell
we
me
all-
one thing. In situations like these, when you see these red flags, Kajol, and you are imagining like
That's
a future
what?
with them, how do you justify it? Like, how do you
She's
make sense
lecturing
of
us
it?
about male behavior all the time, and then she's got a complete role model of wrong male behavior from a hospital
See.
bed
See.
to I don't know. I mean, the
Okay,
choking
see.
thing was enough, and then he goes and holds somebody else's hand. I mean, this guy's like just unbelievable.
I know.
The very S&M thing. He's like trying to humiliate you on certain levels for me. There's an
The
S&M
thing is,
vibe.
when you have a low self-esteem, then all of this makes sense in your head. Okay. Humiliation also makes sense somehow because
Yeah,
you're
you
expecting it.
rationalize
Low self-esteem is when you just put the lights off when you're making love. That's generally the way you convey the low self-esteem. There's no need to do more than that.
No.
Also,
no.
I prefer it because I just save money. I was thinking like that. I'm like, she's like, I'm really turned. I'm like, just 1 second.
Hey, Naveen and I should be together on this. Yeah.
Hey Kajal, so you got to tell us more stories about your dates, the weird dates. Do you have many?
I've had lots.
You told us one or two before. The one guy at the restaurant who didn't want to pay, and the way he brought up the
Those were
money thing.
tame, yeah. If Naveen
Now
is
it's
coming,
tame because you raised the fucking bar. Now what are we supposed to do? We were happy with that. Now you fed us the biryani, so we want more. Like that.
next time.
Ouch. Oh God. Yes, Amit. You'll have to get back to marketing now. We found our new.
Kajal, I have a question. Do you think you have been a part of someone's story?
Like was his worst day.
Like weird Kajal. No, but definitely
There was
angry,
like a weird
angry
date
Kajal, I
story.
can imagine.
I'm
Giving a
not
lecture
angry
to the
with that.
guy.
No, yeah, I don't do that.
No lectures?
No. No self-esteem when men are concerned. What lectures?
You don't come across as a person with no self-esteem now, at least.
In front of you, nah. I'm not dating any of y'all.
Oh,
When
so
I'm
we
dating
are
a person,
not
I'm
sexual
totally
objects.
different.
So obviously for
No,
her, us, we are like three teddy bears. You line up in the bed and slap. You put shampoo. Come on, beta. I'm going to make you look good. Silverie started drinking. He's under so much pressure now.
Yeah, man.
The thing is, he's just got a proposal from a Punjabi girl. So,
Yeah, it's really, really
you know how
really
that
weighing my
ends. Yeah.
options.
Bro, let's do an AMA at
Yeah,
7.
correct. Let's please, yes.
Uh.
AMAs.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
The first one comes in from Janil Bain. He says, Shreyas, how expensive is sailing? I am planning to take my girlfriend.
Sailing is
He's starting a business on the
900. It was 900 into it was 3600
Huh?
for and six people in
No, but
the
you-
boat. So 3600 divided by
If he's
6.
taking his girlfriend,
Yeah,
he's gonna.
if you have 6 people.
I'm like, no, bro. Look, budget cost to company is 3,600. First, tell him that because you're talking about getting 6 people to divide it. That's 6 boys going together sailing, which is a little odd. Okay, so I'm saying I don't know whether he'll find 3 couples that kills the romance sometimes and all that. So you probably have to spend 3,600 for 2.
3600 for 2. That's correct.
The dolphin better be worth it because the girl ain't.
How long is the tour?
It takes like 90 minutes.
90 minutes,
Like
okay.
90 minutes to 2 hours.
Oh, that's a good date though. So 3,600, you've
Yeah.
entertained
Yeah.
her instead of say a movie or whatever. So I guess it's in the same area with the popcorn, etc.
It's the conversation is so much better when the background is not music but just like sound of the waves,
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
You've raised the game.
Janice has just
Both
been
of you all have raised the game. She with her hospital bed, love-making stories, and you with your stupid dolphin. And now that you're selling tickets online,
The dolphin is real. The dolphin is real. Okay, I'm going there in 2 days. I will take pictures.
Again?
I will bring them
Are
back.
you made of money?
Yeah.
Going again on another date.
no,
Yeah,
he goes
but
alone
with the
now. He's
same
really
person.
weird. No, one second. So the same person, as in, may I just ask this? The girl is also into dolphins and all the whole atmosphere thingy, or it's just you, and she's just coming.
I
He's
think
doing this for her. You're doing this for her. Right?
I mean, for both of us, I also
Oh, you
enjoy
enjoy
it.
it.
It's not like, yeah, so I think as right now it's like a point of contention whether there are actually dolphins because, like,
No,
after
there
you
are.
planted that seed of doubt in my mind.
No, there are. I've confirmed
There
that.
are, no?
I found out from
Okay.
all the people who swim.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
dolphin sightings are there, especially in this
People
month. Yeah.
swim in the gateway of India, that water.
No. They do that from the Worli ceiling. They swim to Warsaw. They do all these guys doing the triathlon. They do the swims, and there are dolphin sightings.
I have swam across the Mandavi River in my 7th standard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Alexander crossed
yeah,
the Jhelum
that's
in
the thing.
full armor, and he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I don't know which
So you're
one,
not
but
more impressive than Alexander.
you're not
I
more
know.
impressed
Sorry,
with
sorry.
Alexander. Sorry.
My bad.
Sitting on
What was I
Bucephalus.
thinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's ask Kajal the one
Understand.
question here before we quickly go to the next AMA, which is: you think if a guy takes you to see dolphins from a Mumbai experience, I'm saying, this is what we got,
Yeah.
and it's not bad. Is that like a up or a down for you? Like, how do you rate that date option?
It's a
idea?
nice day. Sailing is a lovely day.
So that would be an impressive if Psycho from a hospital bed took you on a date to see dolphins with the ambience
Yeah.
atmosphere. That would be good, right?
Obviously.
Learning from the best. There you go. So well done, Shreyas. You got the stamp of approval. Is a dolphin metaphorical? This frigging group of podcast listeners, they're just cynical and evil. Just unnecessarily. Don't get corrupted. Next AMA, Silverie.
All right. There are a few good ones. We have Berserk has asked, did you guys see the cartoon BJP Gujarat BJP's official account posted? The propaganda mimics a cartoon posted by the Nazis. So it is basically, I don't know if you guys are aware, but it's a picture that they posted, like a drawing. It was a cartoon of Muslim men hanging by a noose. And it said Satyameva Jayate there. This was in response to a special court's hearing and the They basically sentenced
Of the Ahmedabad blast.
the Ahmedabad 2008 Ahmedabad blast. They basically sentenced these people to death or to life
30
imprisonment.
people, yeah.
Yeah, 38 people for like death and 11 people for like life imprisonment.
Well, if you want to start communal wars and race riots, this is the ABC of
That's
how
the way
to
to
do
do
these
it.
things. It's
Exactly.
just,
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
I don't know
Very
what.
sad.
In fact, we should give less publicity to all these
Yeah.
things because our big show, which is second only to Joe Rogan's, unfortunately reaches too many people. So I would not even talk about this topic because I don't want people to, think about these things too much.
I also think it's a misnomer to call it a communal war. I think it's an attack by one community on.
It's
another.
not even
So
on
I
by
don't
a
think it's an
community.
equal-
Non-community
By a
thing,
group
not
of
by-
people to try and sort of tar one community with one brush all the time. It's just the same old story. It gets boring after some time. Also, I like the hospital bed story and the dolphin story better, frankly.
Yeah, true.
But
feel
but
bad
I
for
can,
listeners.
can I also just point out that we can't get bored of it and we can't turn a blind eye towards it because Gregory Stanton, who's like the president of Genocide Watch, he is saying that what's happening in India is very much similar to what happened in Rwanda as well. So
Oh God,
It,
and Rwanda was horrific in terms of brutality. We can dig up the figures of people killed, and basically two tribes. It's not even going into religions or nationalities. Oh, and arms and legs cut. Okay, let's not get into that. We were in such a nice, happy space with Kajal, and he brought us into Amit's
Okay,
space.
okay. I got a good one. Next comment comes in from Ruben David. He says, Cyrus, should Air India be renamed Tata Sky?
Lovely.
Great.
Ruben David, you get the man of the match for
Yeah.
this. Fabulous
Yes.
idea, really. But what happens when it's raining? Sorry, we can't fly. Always happens when the match is tentatively poised, Shreyas. It's always like that in my house.
always
just goes off.
Always.
Oh, so irritating.
Do you believe in rains? Do you think they're a real thing? Many believe that it's a conspiracy.
I don't know.
are
It doesn't make
you-
any
are you one of
sense in
those?
today's day and age. Yeah,
I know.
I think it's conspiracy. It's shadi.com once again. By the way, Kajal, if you went on shadi.com, that means you were trying to get married, right? I mean,
Yes.
Okay.
I got that idea somewhere in the middle, and I was cured of it 6 months later.
well, there are many
Wait.
more stories, but this would have been enough, I would think. Yeah.
Kajal, I have a quick question for you. How are people on
What?
shadi.com different from people on dating apps? Like, is there any difference at all?
Tinder.
Like what?
Or modern
Yeah,
Tinder.
Tinder, Hinge.
Yeah, I do a
Bumble.
set on it. Shadi.com is a dating app for married men.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Really?
true. I
Wait, there
have
are
a couple
married
of
men
female
on
Wait,
Shadi.com?
really?
I have a
Yes,
couple of
yes.
female friends
Who are
in their
looking for more
40s.
Shadis?
No, Silverie. It's just them. She's absolutely. It's not even a joke. It's like a statistic. It's ridiculous. So then she found out one of them was on the thing, recently divorced, going on Shadi.com, and you find out the real person. 2 or 3 of the people that she knew them, and they were like they're married, and then they're still playing this game.
And they put up these pictures, with half their face like that or
Yeah.
backlighting and all,
Yeah.
because they think that their wife won't recognize them and they will look good. And
Oh, that is
fails
like
on
a
both
joke.
counts.
Oh, it's like a
Yeah,
joke.
that-
Ah, I thought this
Like
would
they
be-
just don't delete their accounts. Like, are you technically you're supposed to delete your account after you get
But
married,
what
right?
I
Yeah,
want to
no
know,
one does. But they also make new accounts.
Oh, you just change the name slightly.
what I want to know
Yeah.
is one thing.
Cyrus, what's your alternative name on shadi.com?
Benchot. I thought it would work. I thought it was really cool.
It's good.
Nothing.
Fits in. Yeah.
but-
Doesn't
But 2
stand out.
guys inquiring.
If you are married,
There are lots of
is
Parsis. There
it
are lots of
better?
Parsis on Shadi.com.
Now you communal touch. We just spoke about these guys with the cartoon trying to, unnecessarily cause communal tensions. Now you're attacking the poor Parsis. What have they done? Because some of them are lonely and living with their mothers. Hello. So was Prince Charles for a long time.
One more
I'm
thing.
talking in the
My question to
60s.
Kajol is,
Yeah.
my question to
Hmm.
Kajol, if you're married, isn't it better to be on a dating app than Shadi.com?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because one of my friends asked the guy.
But no
after
one
she
tells the
realized he's
truth,
married.
Silverie.
No. One of the guys, she asked a guy, she said, why are you on Shadi.com? Go on Tinder, na? Because you're married. He's like, but women have no self-esteem here, na?
No, I don't think it's that. On Tinder,
That's not.
It's that.
Yeah.
You don't
on
ask
Tinder,
any
you get
questions.
scared of the guy. On Shadi.com, you don't get scared of the guy. See, the
No.
profile is of a
No.
generally you don't think he's a dangerous guy. On a Tinder,
I will tell
you're
you
worried.
stories. No. There was this guy.
Kunal is on both. I know. We've got no callback so far. I am on Shadi, JS, Tinder, Kyle,
JS.
Tarun Kaushik. Oof.
What is JS? Jeevan Sathi. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
only for
Vinay.
same gender.
Our producer
Every
Vinay.
same gender relationships. Shreyas will tell us about it. Shreyas, you and the dolphins.
I have nothing on that, but I quickly want to say that during the pandemic, I did a job for Vida Select where I was a freelance writer for them. It's a premium dating service where I basically was the guy who wrote bios
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
for
Ooh.
people on like multiple dating
He offered me a
sites.
job. He was like, "Tu bhi kar le. This is great."
They had like 5 rounds of interviewing,
Yeah.
and then they fired me because they were like, "You are like this. It doesn't need to be so romantic. Stop talking about the moon." I was like, "I have to talk about the moon. What are you talking about?" And so then
All
I
the
was removed.
goodness
They were
and
like,
frustration that you have in love came out. You had a chance to have various
Yeah.
like victims. I mean, come on, fair enough. Totally. What Dolphins mentioned? I'm a Shadi and GS for 4 years, still single. Very bad endorsements.
Poor guy,
Varun
man.
Barve, DM me. I will remake your profile. We'll get.
It's
something
all
done
about the
there.
profile, says the man with the Dolphins.
Nice. Nicely done.
Let's
Nicely
take
done.
one more. Come on, quick.
All right, another one comes in from Janil Bain again. He says, "Are all comedians leftists? Is it a trend to be a leftist if you're a
There are
comedian, or
rightists.
is there something substantial to this?" There are very few right-wing comedians. There's like
What
Nick
about
DiPaolo in the
Rajesh
US.
Srivastav?
Nathan Rivaldo.
Who's that?
Rivaldo.
Yeah,
Who
you
the
don't know
hell?
Rivaldo. He does comedy for OP India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see,
There's
you,
what OP India ki comedy
but
hoti hai?
most comedians will be anti-establishment anywhere in the world. You know, that'll be the first thing. So
Yeah.
you'll tend to be, if not leftist, leftish, I would say. You know, I
Yeah.
think saying everyone's a leftist that's a very strong statement. But definitely,
Yeah.
how can you go right? If you go right, then it's not really that funny, especially when the right is in power. So being anti-government would be the key. Slightly anti-government.
Also, I feel it's definitely a stretch to call comedians leftists. Like even though the aesthetic always is anti-establishment,
Yeah.
I don't think like
you
people are
can't be,
thinking
because-
about like
Also, what
Yeah.
I would say that right now is if there was a right-wing comedian to come about, it's the perfect time for a right-wing comedian to make it
there are
big.
right-wing comedians. They aren't professional comedians. That's the only difference.
Yeah, sure.
You
Yeah,
just
sure.
read
So
the papers. Yeah.
a professional comedian to make it big, because I think what happens when you're like a comedian like who is leaning left, right? When he makes some joke, some right-wing people get offended. Oh, so now there's enough things for the left-wing person to make fun of. Now, a similar thing has happened on the left side, where left people get offended to shit that you say. So now right-wing people can make fun of those things.
Many left-leaning comedians actually do like satire, which is basically promoting right philosophy in a sense. So that irony being their humor in any case, isn't that how it works most parts of the
So I was
world?
called to judge a comedy contest in a government engineering college. I will not mention the name.
Which
Okay.
government?
Indian
See,
government.
our government is different from
Government.
center government. Telangana different from say Karnataka. Punjab, we don't know who the government is, and UP, we never want to know the government. So go ahead.
Okay. It's a bit too
I'm
obvious. Okay.
centrist. Huh.
So I was called to judge a comedy contest, and in the year 2019, they were making Rahul Gandhi jokes. Okay, because that was all that was accepted in their college, and it wasn't funny because Rahul Gandhi
But Rahul
jokes.
Gandhi joke per se, Kajol is not necessarily leaning left, right, or center. It's just that he sort of became a parody figure, and people were cashing in on it. I was thinking it's like low hanging fruit.
When you're making fun of a political figure, you are always leaning in one direction or the other.
Yeah, not necessarily. I'll have to see the context and see the whole act. Please send me the name of the person. I'll investigate the matter along with the Queen's 95th birthday. So let's take one nice, happy last one. Silverie.
Okay, sure. This one, InfoShort says, what do you guys think about people who smell bad and are really cool about it? Do you think such people should be told by their family members that they stink and it angers others around them?
Yeah, I a huge issue for me, guys. When I go first, huge
Yeah.
issue for me. Not that I'm the most hygienic person ever, but especially in gyms, we had this one guy and then I investigated. I have a doctor friend who works out with me. Body odor is not about sweat. People have to understand that. People think, oh, he's sweating and that's why it comes. Of course, it gets worse because he's sweating, but the body odor is some sort of like there's a sickness in the skin. The person has to take antibiotics. So, parents, you are responsible for that smelly guy. It's not fair for the rest of society because it's so wrong
That
for
and
us
bad
to
breath.
say.
Even bad breath is included.
Bad breath, you
Are
can sort of
including
tell
bad breath?
people, I mean, you don't feel so bad
That's
telling
true.
people.
That is
People
true,
tell me all the time, just stand away. No, but this is a very difficult thing to say because you're really insulting, when the gym clears. I mean, it always clears, everybody leaves.
But is there a subtle way? Is there a subtle, non-offensive, non-confrontational way to do
Just
it?
be like, ये बास कहाँ से आ रही है? इतनी बास है
Okay,
यहाँ
I'll tell
पे,
you the
इतनी
most
बास
subtle thing
कहाँ
we
से आ रही है?
did. They have those things that you spray. What are those spray thingies? The ones you use in hospitals and all for potty and disguise potty smell and all. So it's like the most powerful thing. The bathroom thing.
Air freshener.
Oh,
Air
okay.
freshener,
Air freshener, but the one in the
freshener.
bathroom, not the one you use in the room. Okay, so they
Harpic,
come
you just spill Harpic.
exactly something, well, not Harpic, but so we spray that. That's as subtle as we can get. The moment the guy
That's not
walks in,
subtle at all.
everybody
That's
goes.
quite.
What else to do? No one that, and I of course do things like this, but that could be because you're sweating also. So but it's
Can I
horrible.
share
So-
something which I learned
Is-
yesterday for the first time?
A guy you dated was smelling.
Yes.
No. So I was doing an ad shoot, okay, and the male actor was like, "Can you believe they have taped sanitary pads under my arms because they don't want me to sweat?" I think it's brilliant.
That's hilarious.
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, you should take a picture of that. Like when he was off, takes his shirt off, you just take a picture of that.
Can you tell us who the
Because,
actor
that
was?
brings men and women together. No, it's a poor guy.
Was it
Huh?
was it Akshay Kumar? Was it
No,
Akshay
it's
Kumar?
not that well known.
Okay.
All right. With the
okay.
Batman reference, shall we wrap up?
Last. Can we do
Okay,
one
keep
last?
up.
This is for
No one's
Kajol has
calling me
come.
for
Something
dinner.
for Kajol.
Kajol.
Something
Kajol
for
has
Kajol
raised
has
the
come.
bar.
So, last.
She has a lot of
Last,
pressure on
okay,
you,
last,
huh? Your
absolute
sex
last.
stories have to improve. No more dolphins.
No. Cyrus can also contribute to this, but this is especially for Kajol. VB asks AMA for Kajol, what do you think of Bumble and which is a more
Dirty
women-oriented dating app?
bastards on our freaking podcast. Now they only want
Yeah,
to
they
talk
want
about
dating advice
dating
from
apps.
Kajol.
Everything's gone out of the
Yeah.
window. No more left,
That's all,
right.
yeah.
Left, right was boring as hell for them. They were like, come
Yeah.
on, get on, get back,
Sorry.
get back.
Okay. Bumble is as bad as any dating app because women aren't really known for making brilliant decisions when it comes to men. So yeah, it's the same thing.
Well put. Wow.
Yeah, nice,
Even,
good, huh?
even when she's being nice, she
Good.
beats us up. First it
So
was
which do you
Punjabi
like
men,
the best?
now she's come back to all men. Yeah.
Which do you like the best though, Kajol?
I don't
Very
go on
personal.
dating apps anymore.
Oh, you're not
Why?
dating apps anymore. You're
You've
seeing
got someone special in your life?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, there's
That's
someone
a yes,
special.
okay. Congrats, Kajol.
I mean,
Okay.
Kajol's standards are clear. Make sure there's no hospital bed. Do not try to choke me. And above all,
Yeah.
don't hold my friend's hand. Okay, that's it. She's only asking for so much. For God's sake, guys. Really. Okay.
All right, that's it.
Bye-bye. I think now we've reached our podcast for the first time has reached a certain sexual area, And now I think we're changing the dynamic of the podcast thanks to Kajol, who unwittingly has gone in the area where perhaps she never wanted to go. And now, so the
Yeah.
No,
next
no,
time,
I wanted to go there.
so next time you're going to get a lot of this now. Because I'll tell you, our regulars are regulars. They're going to go after you.
Can we
about
ask Amit? Can we ask Amit about his bad dates tomorrow? I think that would be like a very interesting conversation.
this.
just
Yes,
to
but
have with Amit.
their
Wait,
answers-
aren't Amit's parents are doctors, right?
Oh yeah, they are. No, they're not.
Okay.
But it would have been hilarious if they were.
I've been to his bedroom. It's no steel bed. Anyway. Okay, guys. We'll see you soon. Kajol and Shreyas, lovely talking. Hope to see you as soon as
Yes.
possible with more fresh stories
do.
about dolphins and men on beds. Silverie, you and I,
All right.
you know what it is.
Yes.
Feeling
Every
to
day.
come here. Oh.
यार कल फिर से मिलते हैं Cyrus.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
सफर, रास्ते, मंजिल और मुकाम अक्सर ये हमसे कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, पर हम हैं कि अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में इन्हें सुनने से कतराते हैं। नमस्ते दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है केशव चतुर्वेदी और मैं आपको ले चलूंगा कुछ ऐसे सफर पर जहां आपको एक नया नजरिया मिलेगा सफर और मंजिलों को देखने का। आइए इन किस्से कहानियों में डूब जाएं, हर मंगलवार और शुक्रवार।
Are you looking for finance products and services that can enhance your personal finance experience? Are you looking for a space to talk about your financial product or service? And are you looking for a crisp talk show where the conversation is all about money? Well, your search ends here. Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta and I'm host of the Paisa Paisa podcast, and I invite you for the conversation about your personal finance on each Monday on the IVM Podcast app or the website or on any podcast streaming platforms. See you folks.